Hello fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. This reading is going to be a Fairy Oracle messages reading for all of you fire signs, looking at this final stage of June 2020 and what are the energies that are around you and coming in for you, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. So I have done a pre-shuffle, so I'll just do a final shuffle for you. There we go. See what the energy is at this time, what the Fairy Oracles would like to say to you at this time. So we have current energy, challenges, what's in your power to do with this and the outcome, and then something, a separate message from the universe and from the Fairy Oracle energies. Alright then, fire signs, let's have a look then at your current energy, or something for you to be particularly aware of. This is Tahara of the Waters. Now this is about our emotions. So we are emotional beings, aren't we? We sometimes are guided, and directed by our emotions. And then we also react with our emotions, and combining our mind with our emotions, we can respond, can't we? So this card is saying something about, for yourselves fire sign, it's a bit of an emotional time, this final stage of June 2020. There's going to be emotions happening, perhaps things happening or communication coming in that is going to perhaps trigger you or spark an emotion. And what this card is saying is just be mindful of how you respond. If you react too quickly, you may react in anger, and then regret that. And it's never a good idea to, for example, respond to a text or an email too quickly if it's annoyed us or irritated us, because how we compose that email or text, when we look back, will not be the way we should have perhaps composed it, and we will wish we would have done it differently. But of course, once it's done and gone, then it's difficult to change it, isn't it? So something about an emotional time, you're going to be feeling a bit emotional to do with something, and it'll be something different for all of you fire signs. But what it's asking you to do is to take a step back before responding. All right, so you can respond with a measured approach if that's the situation. This may just be saying it's going to be an emotional time. All right. Now the challenge here for you is Geo the Slow, and this is when things are going very slowly. And this is a challenge for you at this time, because there's no action, there's not much happening. We all have been very much sort of locked in, haven't we? And some of us very isolated, whether with and somebody else or a family, or maybe on our own. So things are starting to ease up slightly, but it's still very, very slow. And for yourselves fire signs, you're a very energetic, passionate, action oriented sign, very creative sign. Then this period may well have been quite a challenge for you, and still it is at this time for the final days in June. And that might be contributing to your emotions as well, your vulnerability of emotion and how you respond or react to situations. So what's in your power at this time? Well, we have the Soul Shrinker. Now, the Soul Shrinker comes forward. He reminds us about the power of our words, that we can, whether it's ourselves or whether it's somebody else talking to us, or behaviours or actions, whether it's globally or more personal. But words can hurt us, can't they, according to how we're feeling. So if we're feeling particularly vulnerable and sensitive, then, for example, reading something in the news makes us feel that little bit smaller, makes us feel that little bit more sad than perhaps another time when we're feeling very energetic, very on top of our game, if you like, and or a lot more positive about situations within ourselves. So, but this also is a mention about how we respond and how we react to people and situations. And we've already had a little talk about that, haven't we, with Tabara of the Waters, which is about it's going to be a little bit of a sensitive, emotional time for whatever reason, greater or lesser degree. It's different for everybody. So, what you say, how you respond or react to certain, just be mindful of how the other person will receive that. Because we don't want to upset or hurt anybody, but we can do, but inadvertently, can't we? By just reacting too quickly and saying something that we wouldn't normally say or respond. So this is just being mindful that words and actions can be painful and can sort of shrink our soul a little bit. And whether it's ourselves or whether it's how we then respond or react to somebody else. All right, fire sign. So that's in your power position. It's in your power to be in control of this, to be mindful of that. All right, what else is in your power? Well, we've got a collective of pixies. And it's a lovely energy, and this energy is about, we have things we have to do. It's just life, isn't it? And as humans, we have created this culture around us. We have to do these jobs, don't we? And so there's certain tasks, certain jobs, certain things that have to be done, that need to be done on a small or a larger scale, whether it's tidying up round the home, or whether it's having to do something outside of the home, whether it's having to do the gardening or the shopping or do something for somebody or go to work even. But what this is saying is have some fun. Have some fun while you're doing your tasks, your jobs. Put the music on, dance around a little bit, have a joke, lift your heart, make sure your glass is half full, not half empty. That sort of an energy while you're doing some things that can be quite mundane, but you can with a little effort make them a little bit more fun. So this is about everyday things in the main. All right, fire signs. So that's a lovely energy. So in the outcome position, we have Iris of the Rainbows. Now she's come through just to say to you that, the dark clouds, metaphorical dark clouds, are now starting to disappear. They're not fully gone. We're not out of the wood yet, but they are starting to disappear. And you can see that this little pixie has brought her a rainbow, and she's holding the rainbow in her hand. So although she's sort of half facing the past, because the past hasn't fully gone yet. What's been affecting all of us hasn't fully gone yet. But she's got her foot resting on this bubble of what's been happening. But we have the little fairy down here that's got the arrow ready to shoot it and burst the bubble. So there's lots of omens in this energy that's saying, yes, we are still mindful of what's gone, of what's still around. However, there's a rainbow, and as we know, after the rain, the dark clouds, the sun comes out, and we have a beautiful rainbow, don't we? Which is a promise of warmth, sun, and the bad weather, the dark weather going. And this is what this is saying. There is a promise of things starting to get better now. Things are starting to get better. The dark clouds are starting to move away. this bubble will soon be burst, and you know, the rainbow is going to start to come out. So that's a lovely card for you in the outcome. Now there's something else that the fairies want to say. Now this is about honesty. Beautiful energy, beautiful card. You see it's mainly green, which is for me, yes, it's an earth energy colour, but it's also about your heart chakra. So it's being honest from your heart. What is your heart telling you at this time about something, about a situation? We've also got a lot of yellow here, which is about the solar plexus, and that is the energy center with all of us to do with our own personal autonomy, power and control. So and strength, inner strength. So what this card is saying, it could be one of two things, and it could be something different for all of you fire signs, but this is saying be honest with yourself about something, and it's the only way forward. Be honest with yourself about something. But the other thing this could be saying is be totally honest in your communication with somebody about something. Honesty is being called for now. So the communication, so we had Tavara of the Waters, which is about being emotional but being mindful of how we respond and react at this time, and things going slowly. And then we had the soul shrinker, didn't we, which is being mindful about the words that we use and what we're saying, but also protecting yourself from words coming in, how people may be reacting to yourself. So protect yourself from careless words, careless whispers. And so honesty, be honest with yourself about something, and try to be as honest as you can to somebody else or others about a certain situation. All right, fire signs, I'm just going to very quickly draw an earth magic card. Keep the earth energy theme going, nature theme going. So what else can the energies tell us? Can tell the fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, for the final days in June 2020. What else would you like to say? Just pull 2 cards, please. 2 cards. It's a very warm day here in the UK, in the Midlands. Beautiful. I'm not complaining at all. It's beautiful. Okay, so the 2 extra message we've got is DNA, karma. So for some of you, there is a karmic situation playing out to do with somebody. And this is when we've inherited karma from previous lifetimes. And also within our DNA, we will inherit from our forefathers. All right, so some situations we are almost predestined to react or be a certain way, or take a certain life course, or meet certain people. So yes, there is definitely a DNA karma situation playing out for some of you fire signs. And then very quickly, this is the new moon. This is a promise of a new beginning coming in. Remember, we had Iris of the rainbows, which is about the dark clouds receding now and promise of new beginnings coming. And here it is again, the new moon. We are a time of the new moon, aren't we? And we've recently had a solar eclipse as well. So beautiful, lovely energies. I'm going to leave it there, fire signs. If you've enjoyed this reading, if you could please press the like and the subscribe button below the video. It's free to subscribe, but you will be notified then of any future readings going forward. And I do individual star sign readings every weekend for the following week. Thank you for joining me. Do join me again in the future, fire signs. Take care now. Bye bye.